time it is. Your boy Matt Miz, the host with the most never need to brag no most. All we ever do is give a toast to the real folks who done paved the way in a real way. Always plays the play. And parlay this great game that we got for y'all today. Salute to the real ones who don't feel keep it real, so they don't feel none. And I got my right hand with me as usual. Boy, WY in the building. You already know. We in the spizzle. I got my boy. What you saying, player?
Oh man, I can't complain. You already know. It's slow motion with it, but still in motion regardless. So I'm taking
Yeah,
everything in stride.
yeah. Seems like bars are back. Yeah.
Jeez, jeez. Somebody stirring the pot. Who's stirring the pot? Who's stirring it up?
It's been a nice Christmas gift for us hip hop heads, you know? You know what I'm saying? We were just opening gifts, chilling with the fabs,
Yup.
you know what I'm saying? Sipping on that uh Christmas eggnog, that sorrel, you know.
Mm. Some of that yak for
Mhm.
your back. Some of that yiggity yak.
Partaking some of that Christmas dinner, that good turkey, you know what I'm saying?
That yak nog. Yeah.
But now yak, yeah, knocking that yak back, you know what I'm saying? If we stay on track, and it's like that. But yo, I look around, I see on that Fabulous going crazy on these motherfuckers out here, bro. And I was like,
Mm.
yo, this is what we need. This is exactly what we need, man. 1 week before the end of the year, and to
Mm.
put some bars back. You know what I'm saying? What we
Mm.
doing? What we doing out here? Beaming and with my berate when I'm doing all this bullshit on the internet. When we should be, you know, taking it to
Back
the booth. You know
back
what
to
I'm
the
saying?
bars.
Back to the activity. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all about activity with me. You know, man,
Jeez.
you gotta have a
A
hip.
balance.
Yeah, man. You gotta.
Balance.
If we're gonna be hip hop, we're gonna be hip hop, man. We're gonna take it to the street, take it to the booth. You know, take it to where it needs to go. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? And for these two, well, for these giants in hip hop, I feel like it's probably did the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You let them know, like, yo, I still got it, man. I'm still FABO, even though I'm on this show. These this podcast, don't get it twisted. I could talk my shit, but I could back it up tenfold. You know what
Jeez.
I'm saying?
Jeez. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You gotta. Sometimes people forget. You
Yeah,
gotta.
you forget. You gotta remind them. You know what I'm
You
saying?
jog the memory. Like, yeah.
Shout out to fam
I like it.
FABO. You know what I'm saying? Hello, US FABL US.
One of the smoothest to ever do this.
You just lay down slow. You remember when he first came out? Yeah, bars for days, dog.
Yo, no, I know
Mhm.
you can't really. That's the thing. His
Him
style
and
is
Nate Dogg's collabs were
unique. He's like he's so smooth. He's from Brooklyn, but he's like he raps like he's from
Harlem, eh? Like a
Har-
Harlemite.
Harlem and Queens at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Because he drop knowledge, but give it to you so smooth that you don't even realize he's dropping knowledge.
But
You
that's a
know?
Brooklyn thing, because look at Jay-Z, look at Biggie, you know what I'm saying? It's always been like that, you know?
Facts.
You
It's actual factuals.
know what I'm saying? We could break it all down to who else is nice from Brooklyn like that? There's a lot of them, right? You know what I'm saying? Helter Skelter, you know? You know what I mean? Boot camp. Come on, dog. Well, boot camp wasn't fly like that, but you had Rock doing it. You had who else was doing it like that? On some smooth hustler, but still Brooklyn nigga type shit. MOP.
Mm-hmm.
MOP
Mm-hmm.
had it unlocked for a minute, you know. Had the game in a chokehold. Remember?
Yo, facts, facts.
Remember that? You know. Um,
It's cold as ice.
um, my boy is from Brooklyn too. Raekwon in Brooklyn. You know. I always give it to you, give you the real. You know.
Jeez. What about Yasin Bey? Where's Yasin Bey from?
Yeah, most def, most definitely. Brooklyn
Jeez.
night, you know.
Who who
Yeah,
else? Where's Fairmont? Fairmont is from Queens or Brooklyn? He's from Queens, eh?
yeah. I think Fairmont. You know what? I think Fairmont is from Brooklyn, but let's just say he's from Queens. You know? Yeah, yeah. Davies is from Brooklyn. Yeah,
By way of Harlem.
by way of Harlem. But you got this nigga 50 playing all these games, right? Talking, talking. I get what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? He wants to be the top dog in hip hop, so he's going at everybody. But you don't mess with a man trying to do this thing. Talk about you're gonna buy his building and buy it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I get that. You know?
Mhm. Monopoly. He's playing that Monopoly, pulling that Monopoly card.
Yeah, but did he could do the same thing to him? You know? Did he got a bag like that? Not to say he would do it, but it could happen. You know?
Hmm.
And it's like he putting people's business out there, talking about they old rant and shit like that. It's cute. It's cute. It's funny. It's cute. When you have to play Rick Ross' baby mama $7 million, it wasn't so cute because he was thirsty trying to get her pouring a little pouring video out there. It wasn't so cute there, you know what I'm saying? So you have to file bankruptcy and all that. But needless to say, it's kind of like a poor taste, you know? So
Mm.
now these people that you say are squatters or whatever the case may be, they're bringing it back to hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They rapping against you. So you gotta really
Hey, you gotta tie up your shoes like and go
yeah,
to the
yeah.
gym, dog. I gotta go to the gym.
You gotta go back to where it started at, where
Gotta get
everything
a couple
started.
reps in.
Because you
Oh,
you thought you thought
oh.
that I'm so far removed that and nah nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
This is where we come from, this is where we're gonna be at. We gotta handle it as such. So it's
Yeah.
hip hop. So now Fab hit him off with the meanest diss to end the year off, you know what I'm saying? And that shit went viral. Shout out to Fabulous.
Yo, play the other ones first. And Fabulous, say the best for last, no?
Yep. So I'm gonna play these disses.
Who you got first? Who you got first?
Uh, I'll go with Mano first or whatever the case. Because Mano's one is my least favorite, but
Hmm.
Mano should have came harder than that though. But we all know Mano can't really rap like that, but he did some he did this thing,
Yeah.
He's following the viral formula. which is good. He's talking about everything. You know. So let's go through a few of the freestyles and y'all tell me what y'all think. Oh man, oh man.
Yeah, let me hear something. Let me hear something. Down, 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 down.
Hold up, hold up. Yeah, man. This thing's watching my moves. I got them in their shit. Some birds through the coop, but I still got the sense. Burn up. No, that's not what I was talking about. I was talking about. I got to get the whole breakdown.
Let me hear something. Let me hear something.
Ladies
Na, 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 na.
are back at the most hated podcast in the world. I like that. I like.
See, the thing about it is music. I don't know if they're gonna give me a strike for that, but we'll find out. We'll find out. Yeah, they might give me a strike for that.
You saying you feel it coming already? Or you want me to do it?
Nah, Fabolous. It's no. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all.
Yeah, if you could find it, I'll pull up the main track first.
YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at
Because five is the only one that went viral. You know.
Yeah.
no. Now,
Well,
before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like.
let's check this one out inside the industry. Uh, is it this one? Yeah, let's see.
Dun, 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 dun.
This bitch niggas out number 99 I've been a savage before I turned 21. They said if I was about to die before I'm 21. These young boys getting right before they 21. Let's rap about it, snacking niggas, laugh about it. See the end, you not on you. The lanes need a class about it. Ah, man, let's rap about it, slap a nigga, laugh about it. Everybody can get that bar off. You can say that and it be whatever, but the fact that Mano is known for slapping niggas and laughing about it, there's extra meaning to me. Probably the doubt before I get my right shine. It's cool. The start shining when it's nighttime. Sitting there, niggas throwing shots, pick the right time. I got time today. I still gonna find a way. I don't back down. It's not inside my DNA.
Nope.
Stop. All right, quick little flip of the song. I don't back down. It's not inside my DNA. All right, man. Man, you like to warm the fuck up, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I need you to step your shit up here, man. Don't waste people's time. Big him is way before I had signs on me. Talking old beats, taking back the God told me. That's what more actresses lay their eyes on me. Yeah. Let's talk money and love. The old she said you can't trade money for love. All of us can't gain, but only one of us good in one crib. Don't trip. They ain't fucking with us. Hey, it's easy to see when you look at me. Another reason why you should be shook of me. I'm on that shit again. We get rid together. Ain't no wish of being fly too. Yeah.
Okay.
What you show? the fuck did you show up, man? You wasn't really gonna rap. What the fuck?
You see what I was telling you?
Hey man, you can't take another nigga beat that you feuding with, rap on that nigga beat, and come with some old regular shit. What are we doing? Jim, we know you can at least this. You tried to jump on that motherfucking chains and whips and you can get back and push your team. Please tell me you got something to say on this whip your head beat. I never liked this beat anyway, but let's see what you got to say on it. I'm ducking smoking on you, got it next. Niggas showing any feelings, they must have got upset. I'm ducking smoking, I ain't got a neck. This man. I know y'all don't allegedly don't pay niggas. Y'all could have hit me up. I'd have gave y'all at least 10 pages I could run. Take what you want, man. God damn. Man, what the fuck going on?
I like his reaction.
Niggas all in their feelings, they must have got upset. I'll tell you, boy, till I got salty, more than when they got a check. I've been around real killings, nigga. You ain't not a guess. Money in the bank, you should have stopped the bitch. Off the game, but I still got the election boys carry guns like it's not the check. The birds in the group, but I still got the sense. Motherfucker built the ass, you don't want your head. Niggas saying fuck the streets like the shits is dead. It's like niggas in the streets, and do shit brains. Just like a homies getting snatched and niggas in the feds. I'm from New York, where the money charts. Niggas always better than me. My wife is doing the politics. It's nothing but a seven when I was young. I was doing for the breaks. Six on the damn, he was thinking rich and probably flesh. It's on the head, tree, and the corner with a chance. That's where it broke like the beat, man. I reckon busy boxing, you sign that shit when I had the money. I'm squatting in the beat, I'm squatting on some millions. This nigga's watching my moves, got them in the shade. You say squatting in the building, I'm squatting on some millions. You should have been squatting on some fucking verses. You should have been squatting while you was pinning. What happened there? God damn it. The bars ain't terrible, but to be responding to a nigga, yes it is. Tell me what you want, tell me. Tell me what you need. Tell me what it is. Tell me what it be.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I didn't hear what did Jim say
Man, but you only
that you
six
know
right now,
that
man. We got two
was
down,
a response to 50.
over two so far. At least let us get a dub in the win
You know
column.
what I'm saying?
No fan probably gonna do some shit.
Like he didn't mention nothing about 50. Neither did Mano, actually.
Used to do the Averbacks with the cream sleeves. Did that. I'm in Michigan trying to get it with TNG. Short. Now I'm back in Harlem going like. Shout out to Team Cleves. That was a dope bar.
Neither does
College
neither,
basketball reference.
let me hear.
Yeah, that was dope. My team, please. Preference.
Tan and white on this like a bagel with cream cheese. That's hard, especially if you know drug bars. That's pretty hard. Shout out to Kareem Reed too. On Harlem Bubble with Kareem Reed. That was a cool bar. Nice throwback. Short. Back in Harlem, going like Kareem Reed with a tan and white on this like a bagel with cream cheese. Seen on TV, I already feelings seen. What they kept their balance on the mean lane. Treating niggas like I said, ain't no dream team. Dream thinking shit bank, so never keep playing teams up. White rice and corn, I'm get string beans. Not just for my niggas in Clinton Green. I sing shit, my nigga. I've seen a different kind of magic than Kareem seen. How to turn into a rock without a dance team. Thinking about themselves, don't know about what a team mean at all. Just trying to get away from swell like a preteen.
Woo!
I'm addicted. G came home, I put on bling bling. Cameras caught him at the crib, master ring scene. On the rooftop, like a Nino and G thing. Expensive dinner type bitches, no money, eat wings. 600 minutes and beans, that was a street slang. Big sling. I'm sipping, I got it different. Put you on the road, Put you on the wall, no street team. That's hard because you know the street team they go out and put the posters up on the wall. You can also get put up on the wall like a mural. That's hard. It's probably he got some decent bars in here. They clearly not aimed at 50, but you know I think they don't really want to take direct shots. Clearly they're not trying to take direct shots. They just like let's jump.
That's what
See what I'm
I
saying?
don't like. I don't
You see,
respect that.
you see what I'm saying?
The
That's what I'm
shot is
saying.
direct, dog.
Oh, okay, so it's not just me. He
The
said it.
shot, Fab is in that. First from that different class, you know? Fab's from that different class. That's what it's all about. No limit, I'm actually body. All right, buddy. I'm a top shotter who drop dollars and pop collars. You ain't talking about top dollar, do not holler. Niggas can't move us, but nah, we not spotters. They mad cause we fly and niggas cannot spot us. Get it to me.
Yo, just the flow alone is ridiculous.
Swallows, all right. The wordplay sound good though. The bars is
Exactly.
is dope from Fab. I'll give him that much.
The flow is crazy.
It's all about the flow, dog. The bars don't really need. You don't need my metaphors no more. It don't make
Yeah.
no sense. We're not fucking Harry Potter here. You know what I'm saying? They want to be all magical and mystical with the lyrics. This is how you rap, niggas. Listen. Hold on, hold on, hold on. They bring it back for y'all, cause y'all, you know. Radio shoppers ain't really gonna cop nada. My dog told me give him the word and shots follow. I let him off the leash like Nito's Rottweiler.
Mm.
Listen, listen, listen. So
Mm.
rewind it for y'all.
Windows
Y'all
shoppers
learn some
don't
bars
have
from
nada.
my era, you know? Bad boy era. Top shutter era. You know the vibes. Listen. Whoa. I'm a top shutter. Dollars and pop collars. You ain't talking about top dollar, do not holler. Niggas can't move us, but nah, we not sweaters. They mad cause we fly and niggas cannot sweaters. Woo, 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 woo. Another squatters bar in here. I ain't say niggas mad because we fly, but they cannot swat us. All right. The wordplay sound good though. The bars is on, but the wordplay is dope from Fab. I'll give him that much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Movers, but nah, we not spotters. They mad because we fly and niggas cannot spot us. Get it to the head from bottom to top spotter. Radio shoppers ain't really gonna cop nada. My dog. All right, we got another 50 Cent reference. Window shop. The
There's
window
one.
shoppers ain't really gonna cop nada.
There's one. There's one. And it came, what, 6 bars in? That's 6 bars in.
Radio shoppers ain't really gonna cop nada. My dog told me give him the word and shots follow. The leash like Nito. Rottweiler. You know I got power. Your shorty got power. Catch a drop. You know I got power. Your shorty got hot showered. Catch it coming out. Hot shower. Now that could be the catch it trying to leave a touch of the shot. Yeah. Making like
Even the wordplay, I got power, the shorty got hot shower. Ugh.
I don't know what hot shower
That's
means. If she just got hot shower like regular shower or one of them young Miami dogs. I don't know. But at least Fab is trying to use
the
words,
wordplay is stupid.
even if
You
he's
know what I'm saying? It's like it's understandable, but the way he put it together is like perfect.
you know I got power. Your shorty got hot shower. Catch her trying to leave like Tasha shot Lala. The big shot Lala and nigga, you got Allah. Y'all both meet the creators. First name not Tyler. The blink like a magic stick. Yo, top Walla. Come on, Fab.
That's
Fab
two.
saving
I
this.
think that's three already.
Because he threw
That
another one with the magic stick.
actually no, that's four. There's there's the magic stick. There's the power. There's the
At
What
least
else would you say? Magic stick, power,
be clever with this shit.
shot, Lala. What's the next one?
Nigga, you got Allah, y'all both meet the creators. First name not Tyler. The blink like a magic stick. Yo, trying
Magic stick. Exactly. There's four.
Snoop in a drop collar. Screaming, let me ride. Them youngers got that. Yeah, now he bringing up Dre and Snoop. Fab, thank you. I ain't really listened to you in a minute, but thank you for at least making this worth my fucking while. Some good flips and the whole Tasha shooting Lala from Power. Like he got some shit in here. The man just did your top voila, like blew your head off. Like he's saying some shit.
String and Snoop in a drop collar. Yeah, Snoop in a drop collar.
That's fine.
Hydraulics. And leave your whip leaning like the top hydraulics. These niggas don't want to be there ordering the chop salad. They ordered a chop salad, nigga.
Gym and shit. How you niggas got growling?
Yo!
Not solid. Again, Fab saving your ass. He doing a lot of heavy lifting. I never liked this beat either. But he riding it. Solid and be trying to pull cars like we don't got polish. Like how do niggas not in the jungle? Fuck the violence. How are these grown ass men acting childish? How is these bum ass niggas speaking with silence when I was so fly and made my bitches silence? They can't stop us from scoring. They got a fowler. Can't stop us from scoring. Hey, he better than a pop dollar. I call her a top scholar. She come and drop knowledge like she from a top college.
Come and drop knowledge like she from a top college.
Mhm.
At least Fab gave us a little glimpse of goddamn Fabolous.
Horse.
You know what I'm saying? He at least gave us a little glimpse of.
Come and drop knowledge like she from a top college.
We do things.
The wordplay, the rhyming. Ugh.
At least he gave us a little
The
type shit.
rhyming was nasty.
Don't just listen to
Man
some
just kept
by that shit.
kept chopping it.
Just Johnny Mano was main no. Okay?
Man, no.
Some shit.
Ain't no.
Man, no shit was trash, dog. He was doing all that talking. He should have came better than that. Fab didn't say not a word.
Goddamn
I mean,
detective games.
bust
You out here
bust out this freestyle, and then the Fab is
just singing
talking
with
now.
niggas and shit.
That's how you do it.
That's all good. That's a
Mhm.
thing you got going on. But get in the book.
I said, yeah,
What you want to do
let's
that?
sit back.
Let's
But
let's rap about
it
it.
seems like it's behind a lot of bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
There's a backstory to all this. So let's see what 50 Cent's gonna come up with because he responded, and 50 Cent said
Hey,
some goofy shit. And to me, I think he's just trying to buy time, man. Because yo, people are just clowning this cat right now. So the best thing for him to do is say some shit like the stupid shit he just said. And I ain't jacking that because yo, you a rapper, dog. Rap. You can't even get Banks to come back at him or Buck because they treating him like shit.
that's the you,
Yayo ain't gonna say shit because Yayo can barely rap.
ladies and gentlemen.
That's what he has. All he has is yayo and murder.
Yeah, bro.
You heard Banks' last tape? It's called Dead Aim 3, I think. It's fire still. Dead Aim 3. Shout out to Lloyd Banks. He's still giving them that heat. Still, until this day, still giving them heat.
Yep.
Dead Aim. Dead Aim 3. Banks. Snasty. Snasty.
Nasty, cuz. But there's something I wanted to show y'all.
Snasty. Snasty.
Let me just find the Harlem Legend bitch ass TV. So what's the Harlem Legend though? He's a worker. He's a hard worker. But
I gotta keep it up.
and chatty patty. But listen,
I gotta keep it 100. I gotta keep it 10,000. There might be a lot of issues that happened in the past that a lot of us might not be aware of. Yeah, if you wasn't around in 2014, if you wasn't following what was happening, you wasn't around. Now, there's one thing I need to break down. A lot of these MCs, rappers,
2014 shit. Listen,
I gotta be real. A lot of things has happened in the past in hip hop. They might just be getting back for. Because we all know Fabolous just released a crazy freestyle done in that 50 Cent. Oh, I don't want to forget. Did Jim Jones, Cameron make a truce? Hey, don't get me the line. Are they sending shots? Or are they giving love? Let's talk about it. This is Harlem Legend. No, no, no,
yeah, he has a sick intro. He has a sick intro. I gotta give him that. You hear his intro?
Mhm.
His intro's hard still. That's why I say, yo, I need an intro. Wait, I need an intro, man. I need a new intro, man. I think his intro. I think he has the baddest intro on the net right now.
Mhm.
Yeah, I ain't no hater. I can big him up. Outlaw, don't. Outlaw said tread lightly with 50 Cent family.
Yo.
Outlaw 50 is a rat bastard. But listen,
The whole legend, man. I appreciate all the love.
this is how far this
Smash that like button.
situation stems from.
Set your bell notification so you know when I'm dropping a video or going live. Make sure y'all support my new podcast with Hassan Campbell, China Brim. We don't give a damn podcast. And we only going up. You heard? Shout out to 20AO. Shout out to Vlad TV. Make sure y'all go show love to them episodes. We got to grow together, y'all. And all I ask is smash that like button. We got to get right into this one, man, because I don't know if 50 is going to respond. Because we all know Fabolous, he got in the boom. Yeah, he let me know how he was feeling about all this, the disregard, the shit that they going through right now when it comes to 50 Cent.
What? 50 Cent told on man.
Jim Jones.
Murder Inc.
Let's rap about it. I gotta be real. So we all know Fabolous just dropped an ill freestyle. Senate Fab was once real cool. Now, I went back and did a little homework. I went and dug up a few instances to where it could have caused this.
50's a rat. He ratted on Murder Inc. He's dry snitching on Puffy. What did he rat on?
They are sensitive, and when you speak about them, they will let you know how they feel, whether it's on track.
You got Preem and them and Murder Inc. caught up with the feds.
You heard he's not feeling it. I gotta play this insert for y'all. When 50 Cent did an interview, and he basically shot Fabolous in the foot. Yeah, he's saying Fabolous never really got that big look. Yeah, he said he had some hot songs. Yeah, he was hot for a while, but really hot on other people's records. Y'all let me know, do 50 Cent even have a point here? Pay attention to what he's saying, y'all. So everybody's like, well, damn, when's he gonna have his moment? Like, fat. I think his what's the name? Cuffing season was definitely. Toxic all summertime. Now it's getting chilly. That's the fall coming. But it wasn't a hit like that because it was talking exactly about what was going on at the moment. But the way you brought La Marina, you was in La Marina all summer. And all of the stuff, that was the hottest joint. And that song, yeah. So I'm like, yo, I jumped on the remix because the director was going without. Wake up, you love to see more limelight. You got to get your mind right. Like for the lyricist, like the guy that's that intricate. But the writing, he didn't have a full on moment that was like fast, period, right now. Like, do y'all agree with that? Fab is all about the moment. He's all about right there, but he doesn't have one of the longevity joints that people like unless it's on somebody else's track. I'm just saying, let me know, y'all. He had a lot of hit records on R&B artists, like a lot of real hot verses that came, but it was on somebody else's joint. I'm just keeping it real. Could 50 Cent be shooting back? Is that why Fab feeling some type of way? I just got to keep it 100, y'all, because it almost gives you the ooh moment, right? When Dame Dash told 50 Cent $1 million is not any money. See, if y'all follow what's going on here, 50 Cent basically just said the same thing about Fab that Dame Dash said about him. And he kept that resentment. I got to call it what it is, y'all. Or see, I did the homework. I went back and
hit that like button, subscribe button when you come in the building.
Slow bucks, right? And he fucks with Street Fam. Yo, King. You heard? Shout out to all the real niggas in Street Fam, niggas that was running around back in the days. See, a lot of y'all don't get it. Y'all don't understand the history. Slow Bucks is one of them guys, man. He's a fashion. I like to call him a fashion guru when it comes to urban wear. You heard? He knows how to put that shit together. You heard from Southside Queens, Haitian descent. You get what I'm saying? So he actually was one of them guys that dressed the stars. Yeah, before the shit hit the street, Slow Bucks put them on. Yeah, I gotta keep it real. And at this time, he was running around with G Unit. He was running around. He was Fat Man though. Like, if you want to be honest, he's Fat Man. And things got a little nasty for him. I'm just calling it what it is, y'all. Let me break this down for y'all. Summer Jam 2014. Don't even worry about it. Y'all wasn't there. Let me break it down for y'all. During 50 Cent's reunion performance with G Unit at Hot 97 Summer Jam, Slow was assaulted on stage and had his chain snatched by associates of 50 Cent. 50 Cent was later seen wearing the chain during the same performance. The catalyst. This is what started it all. This was got Slow Bucks. You heard knocked out his shoes. This is what made the war happen. See, back in the days in hip hop, 10 years ago, 11 years ago, they wasn't playing out here. You heard? You was meeting up with these guys and you had to pay for what you did. You had to pay for what you said. 50 was really on that. I gotta keep it real. Listen to this, y'all. The catalyst behind the whole thing was the tension reportedly began at the Slow posted Instagram photo with 50 Cent estranged son, Marquise Jackson, and a former G Unit affiliate, Trav, which they had. Shout out to Trav. You heard? I got a good relationship with Trav. They actually went through some things to him and 50 Cent, which 50 Cent viewed as a sign of disrespect. So he felt like Slow was trying to disrespect them. And boy, when I tell you, keep in mind, Fabolous is on stage. Yeah. Why they knocking Slow Bucks out his shoes? Fabolous is right there on stage, and this is his man, y'all. He did nothing. Pay attention. Now, I'm not saying Fab ever came across as a gangster I'm not saying Fab is some tough guy, and no, he's a pretty boy that make good music. That's how I look at Fab. And run around with some real street niggas. Shout out Paul Kane, his brother. You heard? When I see Fab, I don't see him as no gangster, none of that. So I gotta say that. But it did go down on that stage. And I gotta be real. A lot of people would kind of go around like, yo, Fab, you did nothing, bro. You didn't jump in there and help your man, which I don't expect them to. But is this why Fab has that tension? Is this why Fab is still harboring these feelings? Pay attention. So right then and there, they ended up taking Slow Buck's chain. You heard? And this is a
That's still snitching out loud.
fashion designer.
Oh, Murder Inc. messed up because they were trying to go at Eminem.
Yeah, I gotta be real. And he ended up there. Look, I'm just being real. It got nasty in the building. Everybody remembers this. You heard? See, we don't never know what's going on. Fab is in position right now where he's doing podcasting, and maybe he felt like he had to revenge his man. Or maybe he just felt like he had to speak out against 50 Cent speaking on him. See, I'm only here to break down the news and bring y'all the news. That's not all. Because I gotta ask y'all. Did Jim Jones? Yeah, I'm not sure. But the way this is looking, did these guys come up with something to support Cameron's pink horsepower? Hey, we all know what's going on. You heard? We've all heard the back and forth, the bad business, the beef between these two brothers, Jim Jones and Cameron, right? Even with Mace. We all heard it back and forth. It's nothing new. You heard? These guys have made hits together. They done cried together, and now they warring against each other. And it's been like that in the media for quite some time. Well, I think Fab might have pulled a PR move, or he's showing love, or is the shots being thrown? Need y'all to let me know. Pay attention to this insert because on their final show of the year, Fab gives Mano that peak horsepower. And you can also hear Jim Jones in the background. Pay attention. You don't hate over here. Pay attention, y'all.
And I know, man. He likes to fall in love every night. So I got.
Oh, you sure I want big horsepower? That nigga. Ain't no hate on this show, bro. We got big. Now I'm gonna ask y'all, do Cam need the promotion? No. He's the big horsepower was already everywhere. It's already well known, probably $1 million business. Shout out to Cam, shout out to Mace. They doing their thing. At the end of the day, is this shots being thrown? Or is like what's going on here, y'all?
Yeah, hell yeah, shots being thrown.
But I love to see us come together. Pay attention. I ain't gonna hold you though. It's pinky. That's that pinky right there.
I still ratting out loud. I was trying to excuse the rat.
Make sure you warm it up. Do it, man. You do it, man. Do it. Do it, man. Do it. Do it, man. Do it. Gotta slam this on the floor, nigga. Cameron.
So you see what I'm talking about? Hold on, let me address some Outlaw's comments. Murder Inc. was being investigated because they lined this up with Supreme. Has already been investigated. I hear that. But did the Get a Quran song help? I don't know. I don't know. It might not have helped. See, Prince was the businessman. No, see, Preem was the businessman and Prince was the killer. He never, Prince said himself, he never got convicted for killing a bunch of people. So, you know what I mean? You gotta answer to that. You gotta answer to that. Is it? Preem never said he snitched on him. Yeah. Yeah, he liked the Ghetto Quran song, in hindsight. But let's keep it a thou wow. This nigga comes out with a Ghetto Quran song and they go down. They go down because of Preem. What does Murder Inc. have to do with Preem? They weren't in the streets with Preem. So Jimmy Iovine didn't pull the rap move. Oh man. What you think? What you think, WI?
Shoot.
Let's be honest, dog. It's the timing, dog. It's the timing.
Mm-hmm.
Me
Yeah,
and we're all about timing, dog. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. The timing is kind of crazy. Still, I'm not gonna lie.
We're from the streets, dog. We're not gonna, you know what I'm saying? We ain't just sugarcoat the shit. It's the timing, bro.
Timing is crazy.
Like when you have your timing belt and your transmission, you can't just replace that like that. You know what I'm saying? Ja Rule was taking shots at Eminem's daughter. Well, no, he said Kim is a known slut. He said Eminem's a fiend and Kim is a known slut. So what Haley gonna be when she grows up? Murder. Yo.
Who's that? Ja? That was
Sure.
Ja?
Yeah, went hard on that one. I can't front. Jimmy Iovine, when it comes to Eminem, at that time, you think the source was yeah, yeah, the source was gone because of Jimmy and Eminem. But Eminem was the racist. Didn't he say he would R-word some black girls back in the day? He called them the N-word or something like that. Benzino brought it out. He tried to assassinate Benzino's character because of that. I mean, at that time, Eminem was putting out great music at the time, and he was big, So people swept that under the rug, but let's call a spade, bro. You can't be doing that, bro. In hip hop.
Can't deny the facts. Facts
Nah,
can't be denied.
the facts are the facts, bro. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to go against my own people for Eminem? Nah, bro. That's not gonna happen, bro. I'm sorry. 50 could do that, but I ain't doing that. People that are locked up were not even saying 50 shit like that. Anything to do with it. You know, I said 50. Yeah. Nah, I ain't saying 50 had anything to do with it. What I'm saying is, dog, if you got a crew in your hood that's doing big things and committed a certain crimes or something like that, and you're a big time rapper, and you put their criminal activity in your songs, what do you think people are gonna think? And then they get booked a couple months later? Any hood will be like, yo, what's wrong with this nigga, dog? I lie? Am I lying?
Nah, nah.
So
Very
it's like,
questionable. Very questionable. Questionable activity right there for
that's a lot
sure.
of questionable activity, dog. And then now, you know, fast forward to now, you got this situation with Puff. You know, at first you were cool with Puff. He even dated Puff's baby mom, Misa. He dated her before Puff got with his baby mom.
Hmm.
So I thought we were dating each other's baby moms. I thought that was what was going on. Why is it? Why you butt hurt now, dog? I like. Come on, dog.
That's crazy work still.
Street nigga, real street nigga shit, dog. Nah, you know what got Murder Inc. locked up because they named their shit Murder Inc. You shouldn't have named this shit Murder Inc. Instead of just said the Inc. or you know what I'm saying,
Mm.
the corporation or something like that. It shouldn't have been Murder Inc. because that's mafia shit. Then you got yourself caught up with a known gangster from Queens, you know. So they're looking at it like, yo, and Jay Z got away from that. Jay Z's like, yo, I'm not getting caught up with this shit. Because Jay Z and DMX is a part of that group called Murder Inc. At the start. You know that, right?
Hmm.
You
Facts.
know that. So then DMX ended up getting with the Rough Rider crew, and Jay Z went solo. You know, he's not. He said, "I'm not letting Irv Gotti be my. I'm not letting Irv Gotti be my manager. Are you crazy? He probably had more money than him at the time. Huh? So it's like, yeah. So Irvin was like, yo, roll with Ja. Roll with you, Ja. I'll make you the new Tupac. And that's what Ja, the shit went to his head. You remember that shit? They played that mobster shit. And Ja started rocking the bandanas and shit. The Very Very Veggie shit. Yeah, you remember that shit, bro. With his shirt off, trying to be like Pac. He ain't Pac, nigga. Stop it. That's what messed them up still, you know? But I say that to say it's like 50, he's a good antagonist for hip hop, you know? He makes it fun. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He's funny. He's hilarious, you know, he does his thing. But there's a lot of questionable shit he does, bro. Because you come out with a song, have a baby by me, baby billion billionaire, have a baby by me, baby billion billionaire. So she had a baby by you. So give her the money and let her go with Puff and do her thing. Like, you know, what's all this extra? Oh, you mad? You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro, you can't do that, bro. That's not the way it works, bro. You're rapping about having a baby by you. You know what I'm saying? Let the girl be a billionaire. Yo, she got golden showered and all that, and then that's that's the cool part of the game, you know. You make them window shoppers and them trick ass songs, but you know, when we were coming up, it was a whole different vibe, like player shit, player raps, you know, real. I don't know. 50 took it to another level where it's like, He was trying to be too commercial,
Hmm.
and then it messed up his career. Because you could have put Banks and them on a different level, but I felt like he was on a whole nother stratosphere. So he's like, "Yo, let me not stop my career for them.
Guys, yeah.
Let me just go and do what I have to do," which is a upward trajectory. But you brought in a G Unit crew that actually rap better than you and kept you afloat for all those years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it was those years where it was like you had a main star and then you had a crew like Murdering had their crew, Jaro, whatever, you
Hmm.
know, D Block and then Dipset and I mean, but I guess shit happens the way it happened. But if you had Banks in your corner right now, instead of dissing the nigga every chance you got, you probably have something waiting for Fab. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Banks, eh? Banks is the top gunner. They don't want no smoke with Banks.
They don't. They don't. They don't. They don't. Banks only came back the next day. Uh, Banks is just kick, kicking back.
Dropping projects every other month. Banks he's been cooking for a while. Eh? This guy has like mad projects, bro. I see him dropping something every other month. I was like, oh snap. Banks is fully active and he didn't lose no steam. He still got mad smoke for
Yeah,
niggas.
dog. You know what I'm saying? Banks, bro. Remember those Judah mixtapes? We're like, yo, we have to rewind the Banks part every single time. We're like,
Mhm.
what? What did this nigga say? Shh, rewind.
Yeah. Yeah, facts.
You used to kill those mixtapes, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then Yayo went to jail. Then Young Buck came in. Young Buck was pretty good too. He had some tracks too. Hmm?
Yeah. Young Buck was solid too. He was solid.
And then when he went to go get the game, then all hell broke loose after that. The game tried to come with the extra super gangster shit, and it didn't work out.
Mhm.
'Cause we know you're not really like that game. Stop it.
Right, right, right. He was
Man,
doing too much.
doing way too much, trying to outshine the master, and then he kicked you out the whip. You got mad. It's crazy, dog.
Yeah, yeah, facts.
Yeah. And it's like the game. He tried to go out there with a GU knot and all this, but that shit like fizzled out. It was like a few people liked it. But to be real, it was like, come on, bro. GU not, G unit, GU not. Yeah, that could only work for so long.
That shit ain't getting no burn. Like probably got burned for like a week, and after that, it was over with.
Yeah, the gym got and the game just got in the game. I started dissing Jay Z out the game. That's what I'm saying. Like, started dissing Jay Z, come back and diss 50 Cent. 50 Cent got him all his first real
First
big
time,
hits. You know what
number.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
So how you go ahead and turn on 50 like that? So I know this nigga was weird and bipolar, like. And then Dr. Dre didn't really want to work with him after that a bit. It was just all downhill. And you had a good, the documentary was a good album, good first album. Then the second one, the sophomore shit. It
mhm,
went, he had a few things going on for himself. And he
yeah.
messed it all up. He messed it all up. Then he wants to go around and say, I'm better than Eminem 20 years later. Like, cut it out, bro. You weren't having no smoke for Eminem back then. Your career would have been null and void. "20 years later, he wants to say, y'all better than ever that. No one smoke that. Come on, man. No one smoke. MGK had a better diss track for Eminem than you. Cut it out, man. You know what I'm saying? Cut that shit out.
It's rough. It's rough. It's rough for sure.
So this is Thought Crime's opinion on the whole matter. I like to hear them sometimes. When he was having tracks with Anne Marie and things that were hits, low mo. Maybe he could have taken more advantage of it, but like you stated, where I on Fabulous is Lost Soul tapes were stupid nice, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You remember those?
Of
The
course.
summertime shootouts?
Yeah. Fab is one of those ones, though. You can't.
Carried me through a lot of you're gonna get at the beginning of your career, big push, even with what we saw with the baby. So listen, I will say this. I'll say that when you're an Interscope artist or partnered with Interscope or connected to Interscope in any way, one thing that side is really good at is getting your name out there. And so 50 Cent saying that is a pretty interesting thing. But I would say Fabulous has had a pretty good career nonetheless without having the Interscope machine directly connected to him. And he did do a good job. I'm not a crybaby about 50 Cent's trolling at antics. I think a lot of people in hip hop troll. Cameron is a troll, 50 is a troll, Pusha T is a troll. Some of the trolls still are lyrically deadly, like when we're talking about Pusha T. Some of the trolls are more retirement, like what we're talking about with 50 Cent. But nonetheless, I do. It is interesting to see a lot of older heads in hip hop acting like this trolling thing is a young people thing. It's not. That was the case, then with his Jim Jones with Nas. That was trolling. You know what I'm saying? And actually, you had more of the younger generation that was tired of Jim Jones troll. So it was far fetched. It was unbelievable. I get it. He knocked her teeth out, but she got back with the nigga right after that. So she must have did something real bad because he knocked her teeth out and she got right back with him. What was her name again? A Spanish chick or whatever. I remember that. Fabulous had the knife and everything like that. Her pops was there. It was a whole. Yeah, Emily B. Yeah. She got back with the nigga. So, he ain't with her anymore. He's still with her. He's still hitting that. But she was defending him after. She's like, yo. You know what I'm saying? So you never know what she did, bro. You never know. But yeah, you don't hit women and knock their teeth out. That's kind of still. Sometimes you don't know how they violate, It's a lot of weird shit that goes on. Listen. So some Paul Bunyan shit. It was unbelievable. Nobody believed him. That's enough, Jim. Shave. You get what I'm saying? But with that being the case, I think, Fab got busy. I think one of the things that he was able to do was make a distinction from himself versus Jay-Z. And I think people got to keep that in mind because 50 Cent didn't sound like Jay-Z at the height of his career. He sounded nothing like him. He sounded nothing like Fabulous. 50 Cent kind of had a hybrid thing. Sometimes he kind of, because the bullet in his mouth, he had like a southern drawl. Sometimes he would play into more of the Geechee energy with some of the West Coast vibe-ish hooks and things of that nature. Fab came out, he was just a traditional New York rapper. He was a traditional New York mixtape king. And I think at the time, Jay-Z was on his Blueprint 3 leg of his career. And Jay-Z still had a lot of promise where a lot of rappers were being
by default, coming out of New York, they were being compared to Jay-Z, like the Joe Buddens and, to some extent, the Paul Kanes and the Red Cafes and all of these guys that came out around that time. And Fabulous came through that mixtape circle with DJ Envy, and he was able to make an imprint or an identity, and he leaned in more to the ladies' charm. Like Jay-Z leaned into it at times with Maya, but Jay-Z will go back to talking about I lost 92 bricks. Fab leaned all the way into, um, making songs with the Dream and what was the other guys, Jagged Edge and all that type of stuff. So he kind of played more to like the ladies' charm, or at least making songs for the women. That's why that part is where I say he's had an influence over the likes of Drake too. By the way, so yeah. Well, you saw the Champagne Poppy. Yeah, so Fab did it. That was fire. Yeah, so yeah, look, man, it's just he got busy, but I do think that's one thing you got to give him credit for in his career. The coming behind Jason, because there was a lot of spitters. I think people forget about it. There was a lot of spitters that jumped off that mixtape circuit. And the minute the rest of America felt like you sounded like Jay-Z, they was like, I'm not interested. And then everybody was wearing jerseys at that time. Yeah. So Fab and Jay-Z wore jerseys the most. They did. They did. It was like, yeah, they was definitely at one time really comparing them. But I do think that, to your point, he did maintain his own energy. But I also would say Fabulous also, he influenced a lot of people in hip hop. Like even what you see with Drake, what you see with Wale, there's certain people who, when you hear them on an R&B track or with an R&B singer on their track, it's annoying. But when you have people like Fabulous, you have people like Wale. Um, Sometimes at J. Cole's strongest, you hear it with him and Miguel, and which was interesting. Years ago, we said him and Miguel should do an album together, and Miguel is flirting with that idea. I hope they do an album together. And also, when J. Cole featured on Janet Jackson's song, that was fire. So, like you also talked about with LL Cool J. Look, there's some people who are really influential when it comes to the R&B and hip hop fusion. Even before Diddy trying to take claim, you had Houdini. You had so many acts in hip hop a long time ago that was able to have this beautiful fusion with whether electronic sound and rapping and R&B and so at his best, Fabulous did represent that because every time he jumped on the track, he never got on my nerves when he was featured on the R&B track or when an R&B singer was on his track. Even like people, one of the last big moments is when people forget, but with Fabulous and with Neo, you know, you make me better, and I did it by myself. But you see what I'm saying? So it's like Fab can do this in his sleep, and when we're talking about a space where people trying to do their own thing right now, like he should also be focusing on making those hip hop R&B tracks that people like, but also, of course, doing also what he does best is giving straight bars and, like you said, punchlines. You always, I always loved hearing your hip hop breakdowns because you will break a lot of this stuff down, and hopefully, we'll get a video from you really dissecting Fabulous career because I think you're really good at it. So no, I appreciate that. Likewise as well. I just, a lot of the antics get talked about because look, everybody's on the internet, so that's what people are doing. But when it comes to bars and when sometimes when people, they'll hear me talk about stuff and they're like, well, you don't think this, that, third. Like you have to think about I think people understate that era that Fab and even Lloyd Banks comes from, and all of them guys, and even early Tip or mid career Tip. Those guys was really spitting, so you couldn't just say it's this guy. It was a very competitive environment. I know people like to throw it around like, oh, rappers are competitive today or MCs are competitive. They're competitive in everywhere else but what you see Fab was doing, because Fab and Lloyd Banks was competitive on the mixtapes. They didn't all the time. They didn't. They might have some subs here and there, but they weren't like trying to end each other's career. But they, okay, I heard what you just said. That's crazy. Let me go over here and just flip this and do it that way. So yeah, Fab did always was able to merge the R&B, and he would give it. The reason why people got to throw Wale up under Fab in the sense of like the influence, because LL would give you those beautiful joints with Toby, right? LL would, he would play more to the story he's trying to tell you. Like, your man is too busy working hard. He's trying to make a lot of money. Let me take you off his hand for a second, right? That type of stuff, right? It was dusty, but LL was clean when he did, but it was dusty nigga shit, right? But when you think about like when Fab and he would, have this merger with R&B, he still would give you like lyrically dense bars. And I always notice that's where Wale pulls from, because Wale will give you those love joints, those love ballads like LL. But Wale's wordplay, he will always keep it active, keep it going. Like, he just wants to make sure he keep the hip hop listeners as well, but make sure you placate to the guys and the girls that just want to relax. And Fab has always been dope with that. And like you stated, I always felt just like, J. Cole need to drag his flip flops in the studio with Miguel and make an album. I always felt Neo and Fab should have done an album together. Yeah, I mean, Wale has a really good discography, and I haven't heard not one bad R&B fusion with him. You know, um, wow, that's crazy in 2019. He also had the mixtape About Nothing. Had people like SZA on there, The Gifted with having people like Miguel on there and Ambition, but that came out in 2011. So they look, you know, there are a lot of people who know how to really be in the pocket when it comes to R&B and hip hop. And then you also have people who also can give you that corner store bar for bar type of hip hop, or at the bodega. And that's the danger of Fab. Fab can give you beautiful R&B hip hop tracks, but he can also just straight up bar, like you said, like what we used to see on BET. Yeah. He was able. That's why his career could have been bigger back then. It depends on what record label is behind. Look at Big Crit. Big Crit. Yes. Catalog is spotless. Spotless. He has the best catalog in hip hop for the millennial class, along with Kendrick. But Big Crit has the label issues. Big Crit had the whole Def Jam issue. And I think Fabolous is someone who, of course, he could have been big because bigger than what he is musically, because he made the type of music that is hits. Like you said, the type of music like when Drake was at his best with Abel with The Weeknd, or when he would partner up with some really good R&B writers and R&B singers, and had that mainstream appeal. Yes. Like Fab was doing music. That's why even though he wasn't on like a functioning machine, because by the time you were Def Jam and stuff at that time, 2001, all that type of stuff, you're like, come on, Def Jam mismanaging everything. Yeah. But they mismanaged Ghostface. Like it's GFK. Like I didn't mess that up. But he was making music that it has easy crossover appeal. Yeah, and another thing too, just to add to that, like to break this down, he's one of the few where they aged gracefully on the mic. Like I'll give you an example. Sometimes when Nelly hops on stuff, it definitely feels like it feels dated sometimes. You get what I'm saying? Now, I know he's working on a project with Metro Boomin, so see how that goes. And help him be more flexible with his flow and everything. But St. Louis, stand up, right? But Fabolous, you can easily throw Fabolous on a song with The Weeknd right now. Nobody can feel the difference. Fabolous has been quietly aging gracefully on the mic. Abel, do it. Yeah. So you can throw him in there right now. To be honest with you, but yeah, no, the punchlines and to the point, people do kind of get hyped up, because now even with 50 hit the earth like an asteroid. But then, between Get Rich or Die Trying and The Massacre, which most of these productions was pulled from, I think the joint that Fabolous was rapping on was from the Terminate on Sight G Unit album, which wasn't a bad album, actually, to be honest with you. I think it was one of their better albums. But 50 Cent's like discography, it immensely declines like right around the massacre or after the massacre, to be honest with you. And the original massacre was supposed to have This Is How We Do and Hate It or Love It, which I think would have given 50 Cent his second classic if you remove Candy Shop. You know what I'm saying? But
This is called Christmas Sorrow.
It's a classic, but to your point, sometimes people can be more stricter, and I don't like the Candy Shop either. I don't like that song. I don't like that song.
Actually, I was listening to the massacre. That's what I think is ironic. All this is happening because I was listening to the massacre a couple days ago, and the I think it's the instrumental is not that bad. I just think it's the hook and the theme of the song. I actually think this is how crazy Fab's flow is. You can put Fab on the Candy Shop instrumental. He could make it a different song.
Because he's buttery smooth with it.
Yes.
Like with 50, I think 50 is a strong writer, but the problem with 50 is he's more conceptual and he's not like the strongest lyricist though. And some people will get confused by that. What I mean by that. When you go look at
He's not a strong lyricist. He's right.
Concepts are crazy. Stories are crazy.
Yeah.
He was never the best lyricist, but those are two things he's really strong at.
Yeah.
And you see, this is why he has a great eye for film as a producer and things like that. But if you talk about what will get people going immediately, of course it's gonna be Fab. This is one of the reasons why Rick Ross always had a stronger edge in the battle that he had with 50 Cent. Yeah, 50 Cent did the skits, he did his antics, but you can already tell when he was going at it with Rick Ross, he was already losing interest in rapping being his main thing. And even when he had his massive 2 albums, you forget 50, when you go look in the background information, 50 Cent was already looking to enterprise big. He already was having one foot out the door in hip hop back then. So we'll see what happens, but nonetheless, I think it's all entertaining. I think the antics online and the bars are both entertaining. And also, this has always been a thing in hip hop. Like bar people don't act brand new. People were watching and looking when Pac was talking about smacking directors and stuff with Ed Lover. Y'all always been about the antics. What are we talking about? But there also was always also bars to balance it out.
Yeah.
Because humans are humans. The artists are artists. They're gonna be explosive. Some are gonna go in the booth directly first. Some are gonna do other things before getting in the booth, and then some are gonna try not to get in the booth at all.
Yeah, I mean, the antics have always been there. Daddy Kane in his Tarzan underwears,
That was crazy. Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot. Naomi Campbell and Madonna, that antics high right there, level 10. But yeah, look, I mean, I'm not sweating any of it. I just think, I was actually happy to hear Fab spit, definitely one of the faves on the mixtape circle and to the point. And they all come from the same era too. So I want to be clear about that. It's not random like 50 Cent and Fabolous and Jim Jones and even Mano. They're all from the same graduating mixtape class. So it's just that they're older now. 50 don't feel like rapping like that. He does still occasionally put out some music here and there. The joint that he just uploaded a day ago, didn't really sound bad, but it wasn't definitely a scene stealer like what you saw right now with Fabolous. And I do want to say, I thought Dave East sounded very fresh. I think the Baltimore Love instrumental from the Massacre fit Dave East's voice perfectly. Mano was just there to tell people that who cares if I'm old.
Yeah.
You know,
I do want to see more people. I want to see Dave East partner up with more people from his class, though, more millennials. I know when he first came out, he did it a lot with Nipsey. RIP. But I would like to see him, surprise us. I mean, like, I don't know, have him and Big Crit just hop on something, or him and Wale, or just surprise us with something. I'm not saying he has to live off of that, but I'm just saying that would be nice to see. And I also like the fact that all three of them know that Fabulous is the premier MC out of the four of them. I like that they don't have that jealousy, or at least that's what it seems like. Like they already understand that Fabulous carries that crown.
Yada yada yada. We all know
So
that.
I do like that. It seems like that it's that understanding.
What you think, player? It's true though, you know. Fabulous is the best rapper. All four of them. That's why he took the direct headshot. What do you think?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, there's no question.
Otherwise, they're just doing little leg shots, you know, little leg eyes here and there.
And they weren't even hitting like that.
Yeah, I know.
No, I don't think that's what I was saying. Like Fabulous, his shit was hitting a lot harder. Man, them it wasn't like rap wise, everybody did their thing. But like impact,
Yeah.
Fabulous had
The
the
year
hardest impact.
2025 was a year that
Say that again.
Fabulous had the hardest impact.
Yeah, he did. You're right. He did have the hardest impact. So what does that tell us?
His bars are more potent. He's the barsmith out of the crew. Like
Ah, he's the barsmith. Exactly. So he went last, and not really went last but not least. You know,
yeah. No, he did that. He did that.
on December 25th too, Christmas Day, where he knew everybody was gonna be in the house with the fam. That was it.
Well, what beat was that? Nah,
When
nah, 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 nah.
dun, 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 dun. Well, one of those tracks from Power of the Dollar, I think.
Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah.
Yeah.
Wah, 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 wah. Wah, wah. It's the top shot out of da.
Wow, now you killed it.
Oh, no. This guy's a prick. He hit him with those ones. Man said about 4 or 5 words in the first bar, and he killed everything that came before him. Just off of the
Top
first bar.
shotter, the drop dollars and pop collars.
That killed everybody else's bars. Just that one line. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Fuck.
Well, when he stepped it up a notch, what did he say? What did he say?
Not squatters.
Dre and Snoop
You just mad because we fly and you
and
cannot
drop
swing us.
collars. Jay and Snoop and drop collar. And then he said something about a dog's lift up your car like it was popping hydraulics. Come on, dog. Something like that.
Yeah.
Like, he turned it up a notch, bro.
Gave him pure heat. Pure heat. Everybody else was warm. Everybody else's shit was lukewarm. I feel like they were scared to go at 50. That's what it sounded like. It sounded like everybody was scared except Fab. And Fab was like, oh yeah? All right. Let me show you guys how it's done. Ugh.
All right, all right. You have to watch it. You have to watch it.
Top shot at the da 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 da. So simple, but effective as like a mug.
I mean, top shot of the pop collars and drop dollars. Down and let him off the leash. Rock Wallace. Yeah, come on, Doc.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Wordplay was throughout the whole verse. It was the same. Dot da 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 dot da 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 dot da da. It was that throughout the whole verse, and it didn't get corny or oversaturated.
He
He
didn't
said
switch it up.
he said top something like every 4 bars. He said top something, and it still didn't get like okay. He said top too much. Like nope. He put it together so well that you didn't get tired of hearing him say he's the top whatever. You realize that the man said top every 4 bars. I'm the top, da da da,
Yeah.
top, 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 and you still weren't tired of hearing he's the top nothing.
Send you to Allah.
He's the creator and not Tyler. Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, he killed it still.
Oh, shoot.
He dismantled it.
Oh shoot. That's what's up though.
That's just what I wanted to break down for y'all, so y'all can learn about real hip hop.
Well, bars, you know what I'm saying? Some real bars. The
Yeah,
real bar Smithers. So, shout out to Mano,
yeah, man.
Zomo, and
I give
East.
them an E for effort.
Mhm.
And Mano's like 50 something. I'm
He's,
kidding.
he still he
He-
still he still got a little flow though. You have to give him that. He came with his Mano flow.
Yeah, that was the Mano flow for real. He really did sound like Mano. Smack niggas and laugh about it. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, Mano's a real one still. It's like beefing with 50 Cent is good business. Everything's been up, what I'm saying? So they gotta capitalize on the situation. Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah, facts. That's gonna get them the proper light that they need still. And watch, Fabi's gonna come with his own podcast just now.
Yep.
And he's
Slow,
too he's too much
slow,
of a,
slow.
a a personality to not have his own thing.
Yeah.
Plus, he has the history, he has the connections, he has
Fabolous been in the game for a long time, bro.
the personality,
At least since '04, '03. I've been in it. But
the
probably before.
credibility. Yeah, yeah, he has all that. Fabi's gonna have his own thing just now.
Yeah. Shout out to Fab, man. And shout out to everybody out there that knows what it's all about when it comes to this lyricism.
Sheesh.
Not always about gimmicks and memes and all this funny shit.
Yeah, yeah, facts,
Sometimes you just get out of motherfucker, let them know how you really feel.
facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's your boy Matt Missile. And my slogan, keep it real in the feel, get how they feel.
Yeah.
Peace in the Middle East. I'm out. Peace.